Hey fam, guess who's back? I've decided to attempt to pick up vlogging again. See, I pretty much put it to bed because I wasn't being consistent with it. And I felt like I was just going to set you all up for more disappointment. And I was disappointing myself as well. But here we are on the 13th of February, 2023, the day after the Super Bowl, the day before Valentine's Day. It's 10 to 10 in the morning. I'm in the parking lot of a Gold's Gym in Washington, D.C. I'm about to train a client. And I've already taught 2 yoga classes, a 6 a.m. and an 8 a.m. So a busy morning. And I just decided to just jump back on. I guess because vlogging is, for me, in many ways, a way to release and offload things, you know. It's so hard when most of your friend groups are like married and have children. You don't have a lot of time to then give to your friends for support. You don't always have an ear that's available to you. And so I guess in a lot of ways, you guys are that ear for me, even though I do have a therapist. You know, is there ever too much support, really and truly? I feel like I need another outlet, and although I don't know that my life is of all that much interest to any of you, really and truly, I'm prepared to try this vlogging out one more time and see if, you know, if you guys do in fact want to hang out with me. So, like I said, we're at Gold's Gym. I'm about to go inside and introduce myself. I'm waiting for my client to show up. Young elite athlete that I'm rehabbing right now. Part of my work is corrective exercise coaching, and obviously also holistic lifestyle coaching, as you guys have heard me say many of times. So I'm doing what I do, working. I'll check in with you all, yeah? Bye. See what they've got. Good, how are you? Good morning, how are you? Good, thank you. I'm actually here to meet one of my clients. I'm a corrective exercise coach, and I have a program to give to him. So, not sure how I would come into this space today. I need about an hour with him, maybe 90 minutes.
You remember?
No, it's my first time inside a Gold's Gym, actually.
Yeah. She's a member or
He's a client here, yeah, he's a member. His name is
he's here?
He's gonna meet me here in 10 o'clock, any minute.
Just wait for him.
Okay.
He comes.
Okay. And what should I do for parking? Because I parked in the visitor parking. Is that okay? Okay, all right, okay. All right, thank you. So, change of plans. Hope you can hear me. Yeah, so you all heard me explain to the gentleman at the desk at the Gold's Gym that I was coming to train my client. Well, to at least, yeah, train him. You know, I need to give him his new program. And he's just like, have a seat. And then only to turn around later, 15 minutes later, after my client arrives, that I can't train them there because I'm not a Gold's member. I'm not a Gold's trainer, so to speak. No, I'm a Trek. holistic exercise coach, corrective exercise coach. All right, so we're going to do this at my client's house instead. That's why I'm whispering. I'm on their property now. Had in my new the red glasses, which are blue blocking glasses. Look. So I know I've not checked in with you all since I got to my client's house. We got into a really deep session where we worked not only through the exercise program, but I think like we made some breakthroughs with regards to the emotional plane, and how, if you don't get your emotions, your spiritual side sort of healed as well, injuries are going to continue to reappear in the body. So for instance, this particular client, he's an elite athlete, super young, very fit. And interestingly enough, he has an injury on his left hip. He has an injury now on his left shoulder. And last month, he incurred an injury in his left ankle. And I've been saying to him for some time, yeah, I can rehabilitate you. We can also work on your nutrition, your hydration, your sleep, yada, 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 all of which are going to impact your ability to sort of reset, restore, rejuvenate, essentially get back to health and wellness. But I've been telling him for the last few weeks, we also need to dig a little bit deeper, and this is part of my job as a holistic lifestyle coach is you don't necessarily need to divulge private information to me, but eventually you are going to need to speak to someone, if not me, about why it is that particular injuries continue to reappear. I found his injuries very interesting because they're all on the left side, which is innervated towards the feminine energy, towards the lunar, as well as towards the past. And so I've kind of been delicately trying to tell him that there might be some unresolved issues between him and an important female figure in his life. And there could also be some unresolved pain around his past, potentially his childhood. And without divulging any details, I feel like we kind of finally began to scratch the surface. Now, I've been working with him now for several weeks, but we finally made that breakthrough today, I believe. And once we can start to move through and heal that trauma and that pain and whatever burdens he's carrying, not only can we then rehabilitate the musculoskeletal imbalances, not only can we, correct his posture and get into strength training at some point when he's able to take it, because his physiological load right now is indicative that we need to tread lightly and mostly work on rehab and core conditioning. But more importantly, once we repair that which needs repairing, you're less likely to have these injuries reappear later on. Because remember, oftentimes our injuries will appear in the metaphysical first before they appear in the physical. So it's important to tune in. And I suppose that's one of the primary differences when you're working with a holistic practitioner is we don't just look at the symptoms. We have to go to the cause, and sometimes that cause is spiritual, emotional, mental. It may not necessarily be physical. It's being manifested in the physical because all of the planes are constantly interacting and communicating and working together to keep us alive. So anyways, that's why I've not checked in with you all. And then I took him for a coffee. We popped on over to Georgetown to do some more speaking about conversing about, what is it that you're working towards. So although this particular client doesn't have a quote unquote legacy or a dream, because typically that's what I look for when coaching clients is what dream is so big that you won't create a crisis in order to divert your attention, your focus, and your drive to achieve what you're wanting to achieve. And although he doesn't have that, he's quite young. we were able to pinpoint a couple of things which are important enough to him that I'm hoping, that I'm believing will help to inform his decisions. So it was a really productive day. I got home 2 to 3 hours later than I expected. I'm a bit pooped because I was working on that over the weekend, the scientific program design to rehabilitate him. And that stuff takes time, right? It's a skill set after all. And I was also working on my presentations. I'm resuming another holistic workshop. It's a 6-week workshop that I'll be teaching here in the DMV. And so I was working on those presentations, which I pair with yoga classes. So now it's Monday night, the day before Valentine's Day. I've not even planned anything for tomorrow. Not really sure how we're going to celebrate or observe Valentine's Day. But right now is time to just wind down and rest. So on that note, bye. Hey fam, good morning. It's Tuesday, the 14th of February, so it is Self-Love and Everybody Love Day, as well as Taco Tuesday. I forgot to check in with you all this morning because, frankly, I was not rushed, but I didn't have the time. I taught my regularly scheduled class, which was at 8:30 this morning in Arlington. And then I grabbed myself a coffee, a decaf. And now I'm en route to get this hair done because, as you can see, it's time. So I thought I'd take this moment to say a quick hello and check in with you all. Yesterday was a busy day, my Monday, Tuesday. Today's not going to be so bad. Once my hair appointment is over, I'm going to go home and do a bit of studying. Excuse me. And just relax because I did a good amount of cooking over the weekend, specifically Friday and Sunday. I've got a couple of days now of, you could say, respite. Is it respite? Respite? I don't know. Meaning that I don't have to, quote unquote, cook anything, but of course I'll be making a salad. Salads are something that that we enjoy every single day. Although when I do adequate prep work, even that is, infinitely faster because I'm able to just take whatever chopped veggies I have, toss them together with some greens, dress, and voila, bon appetit. So that's pretty much what I need to do today is just chop up some veggies. But as far as cooked food goes, we have some risotto left over, we have some pasta left over, we have some injera. I made lentil timtimo, lentil stew, as well as hamli, which is greens. So we're in good shape. I'm happy about that. So I'll probably whip something up tomorrow. That, of course, means that I don't have anything special planned for today for this love day, but every day's love day. You know what I mean? Every day's love day. And very grateful to have a loving partner that spoils me and treats me so well that I don't need anything on any specific calendar day to illustrate just how loving. Yeah, I know, but I did signal to you, right? So kind of crept in last minute to get out to this road. Who's so generous that I don't need to look for anything particularly on a particular calendar day, because he's so good to me all the time. We actually just, if you are familiar with my other channel that I have with literally last February, and know very basic things like how to get from home to all the yoga studios that I teach at, know how to get from home to Trader Joe's and Whole Foods, and to a couple of the cafes that I enjoy and frequent. But if you need me to go from like home to Georgetown, I still need a GPS. If I need to go from like Arlington to, you know, Route 1, I still need GPS. So anyways, but yeah, what I was saying is we've just done so much great travel recently, and the vlogs are great, by the way. I highly recommend you go on over then peruse them. Yeah, I definitely, you know, don't need or require anything from him other than just quality time, just some downtime. And you know, this having been the Super Bowl weekend, and we had you know, my hubby's son over. It was a nice busy weekend. That, you know, I was cooking, prepping food and snacks, but also prepping for my upcoming workshop, as well as for a big day that I had yesterday with one of my clients. So, you know, loads going on. Today's going to be, like I said, after I get my hair done, a bit of pause and respite with some minor light studying. And since I don't need to cook, not much else going on today. Yeah, and I'm actually looking forward to a remainder of the week that's going to be pretty chill and low key. One of the things that I love about getting my hair done is that then I feel just so much better. Women, I'm sure you feel this. You know what? I'm sure men, just everyone feels good, don't you? When you get your hair done. I actually really wanted to get my nails done as well this week, but you know, right now it's a bit of a luxury, if I'm being honest. It's a bit of a luxury. I would love to pamper myself and get a nice mani-pedi, but although maybe I should, you know what, I'm gonna book it because I'm starting my workshop this weekend and I have a girls brunch date on Sunday morning, and yeah, you know, I'm seeing clients. Is it a luxury? I don't know. You know, I think it's important to, you know, be groomed and well put together. So yeah, you know, we've got a couple of signees already for the workshop. I'm excited, and I want to put my best foot forward. I might just do that. It is a business expense, right? So that's me today. What's going on in your world? What are you all up to? What are you lot getting into? You guys going out for dinner? You doing the prefix menu? Or you maybe doing something on the weekend? Or maybe did you just do something over the weekend that passed? Or are you just celebrating yourself? Or, you know, loving on yourself? Or hanging out with the ladies? I hear Galentine's is a thing. I've actually not ever really been really into Valentine's Day like that. Like it's, you know, I'm kind of like a gentle anti-capitalist. So I don't really subscribe to these things. But, you know, at the same time, I can also say that I really appreciate people who go all out and they do like the house decorations, and then they do like the theme parties, and they really are like full throttle with like everything on the calendar, whether it's Easter or Halloween or Valentine's Day. I always admire those people. I'm not personally one of those people, but I can appreciate the process and the theme and the ability to enjoy such things. You know what I noticed today? Side tangent. It's got a little patch here of psoriasis. So, you know, I was having a really bad bout of psoriasis just prior to Christmas. And then I really cleaned up my act over Christmas. And then in Eritrea, I kind of lied to myself. This is what I always tell my clients, and at times I'm speaking to myself when I'm speaking to my clients, is that you can always fool the mind, but you can't fool the body. So basically, if you've been to like Eritrea or Asmara, which is literally Piccola Roma, so charming, all the cafes and the phenomenal pastries, which are lightly sweetened, and the outstanding coffees, the cappuccino, cafe latte macchiato, etc., that I basically, I think on one or two occasions, victim to my own sort of foo-la-la, and was like, oh yeah, the wheat here will be fine. It's not nearly as processed. It's like Italia. It's not sprayed. It's not as refined. So it'll have less gluten, because like in pasta, like the pasta, for instance, in Italia has less gluten than the pasta over here. So I'm like, it'll be fine. The body won't mind. Yada yada yada. Well, no, the body was not fooled. I was able to fool my mind, but you know what was not fooled? My body. And so, sure enough, now I'm having to do another flush. I need to, be grain-free for the foreseeable future to once again reverse the symptomology, which, I wouldn't have had right now if I had just had the strength to say no to pastries. Like, listen, I go to coffee shops frequently and I look at the pastries and I eat them with my eyes. But there's something about being in a smara. There's something like, I think, being in Italia, which it's just like all of a sudden I go to having no willpower. I go from being like really strict and stern with myself and like disciplined to like, I'll just have one. And then of course when I have one, then I want more. So that's what I did. I broke down. I'm human too. But my body, my body's always letting me know shortly thereafter, like, hey, that pastry, shouldn't have had that. So what do you do? What do you do? Where are you gonna go with no shoes? So that's that. So, it's always a journey, guys, for me as well. And, I urge you to take advantage of your body's various ways of communicating with you, whether it's through symptomology or through emotions, and not always suppress that like allopathic medicine would advise us to do, but really addressing what's going on and making the behavioral modifications to restore or reverse, heal ailments, symptomology, etc. Where we're at with that. We would like to go back to Eritrea again this year. So let this be a reminder, and if I need to, you will remind me, and maybe I'll just rewatch this vlog, how it's just not worth it. A couple of pastries is really not worth seeing psoriasis on my skin. Alright guys, so maybe I'll check in with you all later. Maybe I'll show you the salad that I'm going to throw together. We'll see. But for now, I'm going to sign off because I'm about to pull up at the hair salon. And I was going to be here a few minutes early, but now I'm not. And I'm so annoyed because I'm really doing better with this whole showing up everywhere at least 5 minutes before I'm scheduled to be there. But I took a couple of wrong turns. Wasn't paying close enough attention to the GPS. Oh, look at that. They're doing a big, there's some teddy bears and roses and things that have been put together here on Route 1. Someone has set up a table and they're selling all sorts of things that are like Valentine's Day themed, which look like they would be cute. If you're a guy and you're driving down Route 1 and you're in need of a last minute gift, bam! You can scoop yourself up something. I don't like novelty things, so that's why for me I don't need these sorts of things, because then they just end up in the house and then what am I to do with them? I have to either donate them or give it away. So I'd rather just not even bother. Now, a good meal, Michelin starred meal, or Michelin guide, or just any great meal. Meal I can always say yes to. And of course, a trip gives you a lifetime of memories. So early on, before we got married, the hubby and I, we were very intentional about making it, or rather deciding to kind of navigate that way as far as like spoiling each other. It's like, let's treat each other to either really exceptional meals and or experiences. Let's not buy things, novelties, things that just take up space, they clutter your home. And frankly, at the end of the day, end up giving me anxiety because I'm just like, no, I've got to either throw it away, give it away, try to sell it away. You know what I mean? Oh, speaking of selling, I these earrings I need to sell that I got in Kenya a while back. They're shaped in the, they're the shape of the continent. I have two varieties. I'll show them to you. And yeah, they've got the outline of the continent of Africa as well as being filled in. I keep forgetting that I need to reopen my Poshmark account. No, it wasn't Poshmark, it was Etsy I was trying to sell them on, and for some reason I couldn't get my stuff on there. They had pulled my earrings off. I couldn't reach anyone. Their customer service support seems to be non-existent. So I just got frustrated. It's been over a year. I've not even tried to relist these earrings, but I need to sell them. Make that money back. All right, guys, I'll check in with you later, yeah? Bye. Hey, fam. So here we are. It's 2 o'clock. I arrived at 10:30, so that's what, 3.5 hours? But to be fair, I did wait 45 minutes to be seen. So I was not thrilled about that. But thrilled about the end product. So wanted to share that with you all. It always feels so brand new and differently, like more feminine, more like just prettier. And so now I want to definitely get my nails done because, you know, I feel like now I'm just getting it all, you know, coming back to self. You know, the hair is no longer frizzy and out of control. It's clean, it's tidy, it's looking fresh. By the way, can I just say I have a couple extra gray hairs up here. But you know what? I mean, it is what it is. I have another birthday coming in 2 months, so another year, another, how is it that they say it? Is it a trip around the sun? So I guess that's what it is. Yeah, c'est la vie. Honestly, like, overall, I'm really grateful that I'm not nearly as gray as a lot of people that I know. Like, I've literally had friends in their teens, from their teens, having gray hair, in their 20s, you know, in their 30s. So I can't complain being, you know, a young 40-something and having a few gray hairs. All good. It's all good. Yeah, so wanted to just check in with you all once more now, because not gonna lie, between sitting there for 45 minutes and then sitting there to get my hair done and all, I'm just tired. You know, weekend was busy, Monday was really busy. It's 2 p.m. now on a Tuesday, on a Valentine's Day. So I just want to go for a nice walk. As you can see, it's really sunny and beautiful in the DMV. Shout out to the DMV for having really short and generally mild winters, I have to say. This is like my first full winter here. Since I got here last year in February, I didn't get to see sort of like, you know, what it's like in December and January. And we definitely had some colder temperatures. I hope you guys can still hear me okay, even though the windows are rolled down. I really want the fresh air. Definitely there were some colder days, but nothing like, you know, a Calgary winter where legitimately, you know, it gets down to minus 30 degrees centigrade. No cap. And for sometimes, like literally for a 2-week period, it'll be minus 30 degrees. So it's like truly a cold snap. So nothing close to that. So yeah, grateful. And by the way, even in those minus 30 degree centigrade cold snaps, I still go for my walks. Especially when I was living downtown Calgary. I'm being chased by this ambulance, I feel like. Sending positive prayers of protection to whoever needs it right now. Because it's no joke. It's nothing fun about an ambulance coming to collect you. I was in an ambulance myself in September, unfortunately. Yeah, nothing that I'm really trying to rehash right now or talk Yeah, but I would still go on my walks because, especially when I was living downtown Calgary in the year 2021, because, you know, there's some insulation as well with the buildings. But I have really great winter gear because I'm a Canadian, you know, and the winters in Canada, especially in Alberta, can be really long. So what are you going to do, not walk for 7 or 8 months? No, it's not really an option. Not that it's that cold anyways for the duration of the winter, by any stretch of the imagination. But no, I have a great winter coat, you know, that I made a huge investment on, that I purchased now. This is what, my 7th year with it, or my 8th year. Yeah, this next winter will be my 8th year with it, so it was well worth it. It was a coat that I spent 4 digits on, but really worth it. And you know, I always said that if I get a decade out of it, it's worth it. It's almost like spending $100 a year for a mediocre jacket, right? So, and I'm nearly there. I'm almost at a decade with this coat, and I have some great winter boots, and that just gave me the freedom to still be able to enjoy the weather. Well, yeah, the weather to some degree, because there is a lot of chi and prana. There's, excuse me, a lot of chi and qigong, like force in cold air, more so than hot air. I'll link a couple of articles actually on that in the description box so you guys can have a look. But yeah, my mentor used to always say there's more chi. So good idea to always walk outside when it's cooler. But I love sunlight and warmer weather as well. Although sunlight and minus 30 is quite interesting, because Calgary gets like these really sunny, clear blue days. I think Calgary gets like 300 days of sunshine a year, if I'm not mistaken. And I think the only reason why I know that is because I lived in England for years, where they get 77. But no, yeah, so having clear sunny days in Calgary, blue skies, not a cloud, but minus 30 is quite the trip. Today is a beautiful day. Also, you know, virtually no clouds in the sky, and I'm not even needing to wear a coat, so I'm actually going to go for a walk. So I'm probably not going to check in with you all again until tomorrow. On that note, have a great Taco Tuesday, Valentine, Galentine, whatever you're celebrating or not, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Good morning, good morning, good morning. All right, it's the morning after she got her hair done, retwisted. Man, that feels so great. I just feel clean and feminine, and I'm also getting my nails done later today, so looking forward to that. So just getting my whole grooming situation sorted. Anyways, I'm about to hop on and do a quick live over there. If you are on my Instagram page, which is AlkaliYogi, I've started to do a series over the last few weeks called Decoding, where basically I take some of the books that are in my personal library as a holistic practitioner and decode them with you all. So yes, I read from the book, but then I pause, I provide examples, I will expand on a particular topic matter, etc. So it's really, really useful. I think you might all enjoy it. So if you're looking for, you know, more tips on health, I can't find the right lighting today. Is this the right lighting? Not so much, right? Anyways, yeah, but if you're looking for more helpful tips on how to cultivate a more holistic lifestyle and get your whole health on and become your own shaman, your own healer, because, you know, there's a time and a place for the medical industrial complex, and that is if you're about to lose life or limb. Beyond that, you should probably look at tweaking and modifying your own behaviors. So just making myself a cuppa. Also, let me pour some shake. Still doing the Purium shake until this batch ends. I don't think I'm going to be ordering it again, but we've enjoyed it. Been drinking it for probably 8 months or so. Maybe longer. It might be close to 10 months actually. It's meant to pull the glyphosate out of the body. So it's been nice. It's a very expensive drink, but yeah. I think after this, I'm just going to move on to some other sort of check approved products to kind of work on the gut more. So once I finish this batch of Purium, I'm not going to be ordering them again. But, you know, if you've not tried them, might be something to consider. I'll keep you guys posted as to what I'm getting next so that you know. These other products that I plan to switch over to when I've finished Dr. Morse's and the Purium product, because I'm also still doing Dr. Morse's products. These ones will be, like I said, highly endorsed by like Czech practitioners, including Paul Chek, etc. So yeah, that's my plan. Once I get through this particular batch, I think, you know, these products have been fairly good. I haven't been as consistent, so I can't maybe really give like the best review on them, but have enjoyed them. Let me show you guys what I have been taking for the last few months. These are also, you know, pretty expensive, but so are the ones that I'm about to switch to once I'm finished with these. Pause. Yeah, so these are what I've been taking. You know, sometimes you need a little help. It comes via herbs and bitters, etc. So I found all of these, you know, to have some benefit. But yeah, I'm ready to try something else. I'm back. So I got through the live, and it was cool. By the way, oh, I forgot my necklace. Oh no, it's in here. This is my new gear from Groceries Apparel. It's a brand that's out of LA. I'm not in sponsorship with them or anything yet. And these are my Bone Charge blue light blockers. As you can see, the blue light is being reflected. Bam! Shield back to the screen, the monitor. Don't as of yet have a partnership with them either, but hopefully they soon come. For those of you that don't know about Groceries Apparel, they're out of LA, like I was saying. You know, I don't know much about the company except that the clothes are made in Los Angeles, or in California at the very least, and that they use natural fibers, so their clothes are cotton, 100% organic cotton, and even if it's not 100%, it's like 98. Dried mango getting stuck in my teeth. 98% cotton, organic cotton. We'll just call it 90% and above. 90% and above organic cotton. Sometimes it's eucalyptus, sometimes it's hemp. Basically, it's natural fibers. Now, that polyester-ish. Is it past the camera? There's a camera around these parts. Not that polyester-ish, excuse me, that doesn't breathe and that poisons you slowly over time. This is breathable fabric, natural fabric that allows for your energy and your aura and your cells to communicate with the outside world, etc. And in turn, you get to receive. And yeah, obtain information from the outside in, inside out. And it's vegetable dyed. So again, not toxic. So that feels great. And I'm also wearing their yoga trousers and as well as a top. This is the top underneath here. So wearing head to toe Groceries Apparel. And can I say, I've been wanting to support this brand for years, but it's just not worked out because when you order from them, they're kind of like a mom and pop shop in that things don't come like the next day or even the next week. It takes about like a month before their items arrive, and so I had ordered them in the past a couple of times for like holidays, and then when they didn't arrive on time, I would just kind of cancel the order. But now I just know when I overstand that, you know, I have to give it a month. So if I'm wanting something, you know, I know it's going to take a month before it arrives, but it's okay. You know, this is not a microwave world. It's not a snap your fingers and get everything world, even though sometimes we think it is and we believe it is. That's not the way things work. And I'm happy to promote this. I'm happy to support. I'm not promoting them because we don't have a partnership yet, but I'm happy to support them. And also I'll say this, I find their price points way more affordable also, especially when they have their sales. Way more affordable than like a Nike or a Lululemon. So you get to avoid the crappy polyester plastic on your skin, because what you put on your skin, you put in your skin. And the price points, frankly, are quite better. They really are. So, how do you top that? Like with their sales, their tees are like under $30. Yoga pants, which you know at Lululemon and Nike are over 100. These were under less than 70. And I'm doing something good for the environment and my health, mental, emotional, spiritual, and physical health. Why wouldn't I? Why wouldn't I? And presumably because they're working in California. It's not a sweatshop, inshallah. I haven't, like I said, researched this company through great detail. I just kind of look at their, I get their newsletters. You know, I see that they use vegetable dye and coffee grinds, etc., etc. And I was like, this is great. Can we do that? Because I've been looking for a brand, an athleisure brand. It's not polite, is it, to eat with my mouth full? I've been looking for a brand for some time, you know, that I could wear that was in alignment with my holistic lifestyle. And I found one. I'm really grateful. And there are others, don't get me wrong. I've seen there are some like in Holland, like the Netherlands. I've seen brands in the UK, even in Canada. But right now I'm in the United States, so this is the brand that I'm wearing. I'm quite happy with them. So I received 2 back-to-back orders. So I made 2 orders at the end of 2022 to take advantage of the sales that they had going on for like Black Friday and then end of year. You know, so I got a decent amount of stuff, and now I'm starting to throw away the Nike gear that I had been wearing for years. So it's 9:45. I'm going to meet up with someone for a coffee. And then after that, wait, how is it 9:45? I told her I'd be there at 9:45, and the GPS said I would be there at 9:45. All right, well, here we are. In any case, yeah, so I'm going to meet up with a lady who used to be one of my students at one of the yoga studios that I teach at, and you know, she's become like a friend now. So she was like my first quote-unquote friend here in the DMV. And it's nice because we've gone out together, just her and I. We've also gone out together, her and her hubby, and me and my hubby. So we've done that as well together. I've not seen her in quite some time. So looking forward to having a quick catch up before I go off and teach. And then after that, after I teach, I'm going to get my nails done. I'm so excited. Again, I don't know this area well enough to not be driving the GPS, so I need to sign off, yeah? I'll check in with you all later. There are no words. There are no words when you get your hair freshly done, your nails freshly done, And if I were still in NYC, I would be going to Unique Threading on 23rd between 7th and 8th and getting my eyebrows done. There are no feelings or words to describe when you are groomed and feeling beautiful and feminine and just well put together. I live. I live. I live. You know, even though I'm primarily in athleisure wear and yoga gear every day, which is, by the way, now 100% organic cotton and dyed with vegetables and so free of toxins. You know, even though, you know, I'm not in a flowing summer dress and a pair of heels, I still want to feel groomed and put together, and that helps me tap into my femininity and feel amazing. So I feel great. Also obsessed with this right here. So get this, yeah, I've had this sitting in my my toiletries, like pantry, so to speak, for years. I picked it up in Israel like 5, almost 6 years ago. And the first time I went to Israel, which was like 2015, I traveled there with a girlfriend of mine, and she fell in love with this stuff, and I didn't pay it any mind. And the second time I went back to Israel in 2017, I picked some more up and was planning to give these to her. But I've had them now since 2017, so I'm going through, you know, wanting to use things and finish things up because in a couple of years' time, my plan is to have an exit strategy. We have an exit strategy to leave the West. Anyways, neither here nor there. But so, you know, whatever. I'm trying to use things that have been sitting around for a long period of time and put them to use. She's also gone back to Israel and sorted herself out since then and picked up more of these. So whatever. I'm just like, at this point, I might as well just use them and not throw them out. And because I picked up a couple of these, obsessed. And when we were in Ethiopia, they had them there as well, actually, at a travel agency in Addis that specializes in doing like tours to Israel. And I wanted to get some more from Ethiopia, but I didn't. Anyways, point is, I'm obsessed, and I'm quite sure I could probably find these in America somewhere, probably for 5 times the price on Amazon or something. But again, I just have to say, this scent is out of this world. Again, I'm just going to, amazing. So anyways, yeah, I feel really lovely. That's all I wanted to say. And speaking of groceries apparel, you know, I brought them up to you all earlier today. I had posted them on my page, and they responded. They commented underneath my post, and they actually shared it on their stories. So, I don't know, is a collaboration coming down the line? Is it? Who knows? I'm certainly open. Groceries. Dring. Dring. Yes, it's the AlkaliYogi partnership, you say? Well, I think we could work something out. I'd love to be seen in your gear. Yes. Yes, I teach at multiple studios. Yes, I work with elite athletes. And part of my coaching is to encourage all people that want to restore or preserve their health is to get out of plastic and get into natural fibers. All right, I'm doing the most because I'm giddy. I feel so lovely. Like, there's that, you know, 1 or 2 times of the month where I get my hair done and my nails done where I just feel. And granted, it used to happen way more frequently in New York because, well, you know, I was single and just really doing me in New York and kind of living my best life. And also, if I'm being honest, like, these services are more affordable in New York. At least they were pre-COVID-19, before all of this, like, ridiculous inflation that we're living through. Things are definitely more affordable. You know, you could get a really decent mani-pedi for $25. Not that I was still getting those mani-pedis, even for $20, if I'm being honest, like, even in Manhattan. But over the years, like, I started, you know, again, 7 in both Fort Greene and Williamsburg. And there's one that's Turkish owned. What's it called? I don't remember the name of it, but I think it's like the Turkish word for sandal, on the Upper East Side. I think around East 73rd Street, between like 4th and 5th, maybe 5th or 6th. Great nail salon there. I actually took my friends from Norway there. I treated them to mani-pedis, him and her. They loved it. So shout out to all the vegan, or at the very least, organic, non-toxic nail studios. Love to support. And so when I started to do that, the price points went up. And so whereas I used to maybe get my nails done every week, prior to that, I had to then scale back to maybe twice a month, and then sometimes even once a month. So, but needless to say, when I'm able to groom and do me, I love, love, love. I just feel more beautiful, just softer, prettier, just more feminine. That's all. Yeah, so today's Wednesday. It is 3:30 now. I'm gonna go home, do a couple of hours of studying. I always have check courses that I need to get through, articles to read, yada yada yada. And then planning to have a pretty chill night. Our evenings tend to be rather long and relaxing. It's good to be still. Being still and doing nothing are not the same thing, by the way. Being still allows you to divert the energy that you've not consumed throughout the day by exhausting yourself trying to be always productive and a busy worker bee, towards your healing, right? Towards cultivating inner peace and calmness, towards growth and repair. You become stronger, not when you're at the gym, but when you come home and rest, right? Because the gym, or whatever activity or movement you're taking part in that's very young, or maybe very young, that's your breakdown. Your rebuild happens when you are still. So yeah, looking forward to that. And Wednesdays are always fun because there's a new season of Married at First Sight. Shout out to Married at First Sight for giving us a whole reason to look forward to Hump Day Wednesday. If you're also enjoying this train wreck of a season, I believe they're in Nashville, Tennessee right now. Put it in the comment section. Because it's interesting. And side note, has anyone noticed, that's watching Married at First Sight, that we're getting 90-minute episodes? Like, what happened? And then the last half hour is like this after party hosted by Keisha Knight Pulliam. Already the show was 2 hours, primarily because they have 47 commercial breaks. But no, we've legitimately lost our viewing time by 30 minutes. I don't know if this is just like a temporary thing, or I don't know if this is a strategic move they've made to really draw out the season and make it 45 episodes long, which I hope that's not the case. You want to leave us wanting Married at First Sight? Leave us wanting, yeah? And you're not leaving us wanting if you're going to try to cut back on the episode lengths in order to whip up another, 8 or 10 episodes that are about nothing. Just a bunch of fillers. So you're onto a good thing right now. You're onto a good thing. I imagine your viewership is higher than it's ever been. And I believe that that's partially due, if not entirely due, to a gentleman that was on there a few seasons ago. Oh, I don't know. It might have been 4 or 5 seasons ago, maybe less, 3 or 4 seasons ago. His name is Chris. He was out of the Atlanta season, who was going ham, who married a lovely lady named Paige, who he was not attracted to, but had the body of a goddess, so he kept giving it to her. And then on their honeymoon, came out with allegations that his ex-fiance was pregnant with his child, and so brought her into the mix. It was a mess. It was a huge mess, and I think that was a turning point. And unfortunately, I hate to say it, not only did he really help to solidify and put this show on the map, reckon he made the producers like pivot and decide that, oh, what we actually want is a train wreck. Why even strive for success? I mean, let me know if you feel the same way, because ever since that episode now, they get some really just crazy storylines. People that are not even trying, people that are not even ready for marriage, people that have no business even considering marriage, and that don't have their ish together. Like, we're seeing people who are unemployed on the show. Oh wait, or is that another dating show? I'm trying to think. No, I think there was recently someone on that was unemployed. Oh yeah, Stephen Noy, but he had money, so I don't know that he applies. Was there somebody else that was unemployed? I don't know. Anyways, neither here nor there. But yeah, it's kind of been a hot mess last few seasons, but of course that's what makes it entertaining reality telly, right? That's why we tune in. So looking forward to that. And that's it. Bob's your uncle. Tomorrow's Thursday. A couple more days in the work week. Well, I'm actually working all weekend. But yeah. So far the week is going well. And I need to book Mom's ticket. I forgot to do it Tuesday night. You know, Tuesdays are the best time to book a flight. So Mom is coming out to the DMV to see how her daughter is living out here in these streets. You know, to come and see my life, my new life in the DMV area, etc. So that'll be nice. So I need to book that, even though I did get an alert that the prices went up slightly this morning, because I missed the window of booking on a Tuesday night, which was what I was looking to do, and then I forgot. I was working on a client's training program. I had to make some final tweaks last night, and then I kind of just put my laptop away and went to bed. All right, guys, since I'm nearly home, going to leave you. Thanks again for hanging out with me. Have a great hump day. Bye. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. All right, so productive morning. It's 10 o'clock. I've already taught one yoga class. Actually, it's the only class I'm teaching today. So taught my yoga class. Finally made it to the post office to send off some shiro and zip drive to my cousin in France. See, we were just in Eritrea. Those of you that also are subscribed to Calley and Jones, which is the other channel that I have with the hubby, where we vlog all of our travels to the continent. And we just did 2 amazing back-to-back trips. We were in Ethiopia, and then we made another trip separate of that to Eritrea, where we celebrated something pretty amazing. And so the zip drive is that celebration. So if you want to know about that celebration, you're going to need to head on over to Calley and Jones. But yeah, so have sent that off. And because we were in Eritrea and I saw my auntie, who's obviously my cousin's mother, she loaded us up with shiro for the family. So I have shiro for Mom, I have shiro for us, I have shiro for a couple of different cousins. Now that I'm back in the US, mailing stuff off. By the way, not cheap. The shiro itself is probably not even worth like $50, but I spent $80 shipping it. C'est la vie. At least the zip drive and the celebration on it as well make it worthwhile. So it'll bring a smile to her face for some time. And she needs it. She definitely needs it. Shout out to you, Febu. So now I'm going to go grocery shopping. I was going to go grab a coffee, but I've decided to just crack on with my day, and just not kill time. So going to go and get groceries from both Whole Foods and Trader Joe's. I need to fill up the tank. Then I'm going to get some studies in, just going to spend the rest of the day at home studying. Hope you all can hear me. studying and just, staying home. It looks like it might rain. And tomorrow should be a nice, chill day. I'm not seeing clients tomorrow. I'm not teaching tomorrow. So looking forward to, again, just being at home, not having to run around. Although I say that, but I do need to make a Target run. You know how every few months, right, is like when you need to restock all the things. That's us right now in February. And I warned the hubby. I said this month might be a short month, but we're gonna be spending a bit of money, yeah, because I needed to restock the oils, the toilet paper, the paper towels, the laundry detergent, yada yada yada. And when you get all of those staple items, that's when you end up spending mucho dinero. So yeah, I'll probably realistically have to go to Target tomorrow because I still need to get dish liquid. I need to get more sanitary napkins, TMI, but things like that. But really that should be the only errand that I run tomorrow. I guess if I wanted to, I could actually consolidate it and do it on Saturday because I'm teaching again Saturday morning. Question is, do I want to go to Target on a Saturday morning? We'll see. The point is today, like I said, I'm only going to hit Whole Foods. I'm going to hit Trader Joe's. And then I'm going to fill up the tank. Bob's your uncle. So I'll bring you all with me. So you can join me. By the way, can we just have a quick conversation about inflation? It just came to mind because of energy prices. And I'm looking at the cost of gas today, which is not great, but it's also not horrible. And I just wanted to do this short little PSA, public service announcement. Europe is being effed right now. If you don't know, I don't know if you have friends or family in the UK and continental Europe, but people are really, really, really suffering. And of course, CNN is too busy covering, I don't know what, MSNBC, all those bought and purchased for media outlets, which are 100% not trustworthy because they're 100% not free media. Prove me wrong, because this segment's been brought to you by Pfizer, and this segment's been brought to you by Pfizer, and this segment has been brought to you by Pfizer. Okay, so there goes your free media. But yeah, so I was speaking to my people out there. I've not been to Europe since COVID, which is very unlike me because I was born and raised in Europe and I have loads and loads and loads of family and friends there. It's my home away from home, obviously. So just to, touch base with them and hear about how hard it is that they're literally, like, their living expenses have gone up by 5 times. Literally, and then to hear how the farmers have been protesting for months and how that's not getting any coverage because a company that is privately held by a bunch of billionaires, not elected officials, is able to somehow pass laws or regulations, or we'll call them recommendations, that are being adhered to, which are putting people, in harm's way, for lack of a better term. People are really, really suffering. And people are suffering in America too, but also our oil supply doesn't come from Russia. And now it's come out who actually blew up the Nord Stream 2, but hey, if you're interested in that, you'll have to go look it up yourself. I don't want to get into all of that right now, but obviously it was never Russia that blew it up because it doesn't make sense. The math wasn't mathing, was it? But the people that had motives, it's come out now that they were the ones to do it. So anyways, everyone is suffering. People are suffering here too, but again, the majority of the oil does not, that is used in the United States and in Canada comes from, well, not Russia, does it? It comes from the US, it comes from neighboring South American countries, also Canada. Shout out to Alberta. So people are suffering and the news is not showing it to you because they need you to be distracted so that you can focus on foo-la-la, like you know, oh, I don't know, who won the Super Bowl and things like that. And so that you don't, you know, organize and mobilize. I'm trying to do this, as I continue to speak to you all. So things are bad. So please, you know, send your prayers out to the people that you know or don't know in the Ukraine. Throughout Europe, I meant to say, who are really suffering. I don't know what to tell you. Since 2020, I mean, it's just been so overt. It's just been so ridiculous. And I reckon also one of the reasons why you're seeing less suffrage here is not just because the oil supply is obviously not coming from Russia on this side of the pond, because at least, you know, it's also because, let's face it, Americans are armed. When you disarm a population, historically, tyranny comes in. Suffrage, oppression, and tyranny. Again, prove me wrong. Prove me wrong, but that's historically what happens. And when you censor, which they've been doing for years now, and especially during the vid, again, historically, the ones being censored are the ones that are being, are the ones typically that, you know, have a message that should be getting out historically. So, but we're actually seeing that right now. So if you're paying attention, again, if you're getting your news from other news media outlets that have not been bought and paid for, then you're already seeing that come to pass, aren't you? It's interesting times. I guess the only thing that, you know, we can lean into is the fact that we're obviously supposed to be here during this time. This is where we're supposed to be. We're supposed to be here contributing, creating, and putting in our energies towards either making things better or for all, or keeping things better for the elite who already have it really well. So anyways, I need to get off because I need the Waze. I need the GPS. I don't know this area. I'm still a New Yorker / Londoner. You can even call me a Calgarian. I've made peace with that. Still getting to know the DMV. So I need to get the directions going. All right, fam. Check in with you when I get to the grocers, yeah? Bye. Okay, let's see what we made out with. We got some gluten-free muffins for the hubby and the kiddos. Organic red potatoes. Dr. Sebi doesn't really advocate for potatoes, but red ones are supposed to be slightly better than the white ones. I swapped them out also just to keep rotation. Sea salt coriander. Some tomatoes on the vine. These are organic, right? I might have to switch these out. These should be organic. I need to have a look. Organic tri-color bell peppers. Organic onions. We got some organic banana. Picked up some gluten-free hamburger buns. I had some wonderful vegan pasties at the house. Vegan tzatziki, greens. We got arugula, kale, and shredded kale. Found the organic pomegranate seeds. Wait, these are organic, right? Need to double check this, and I need to double check this. And some swordfish, which is wild caught, never farmed. Steer clear of farmed seafood as best you can. I know it's tough out here. There's an agenda after all. And that's pretty much my basket. It is Friday, and it is the 17th of February, and the time is 9:34. I've been up already for 4 hours. I actually taught a yoga class already this morning, a power flow, and now I'm back home. I've got some things that are cooking. I've just made some pasta. I've got some peppers that I'm gently sauteing because I'm going to make some codfish tacos for today. And I'm having my brekkie, some organic mango. So I didn't check in with you all later because frankly, I was just trying to get the energy and the sort of life force in order to come to you on camera today. But as you can see, I'm a little bit down, not feeling like I'm in a good headspace or emotional space today. So, I'm going to keep it honest. I'm still human, right? Holistic practitioner and all. I'm a woman. I'm a daughter. I'm a wife. I'm a, sister. I'm human. And I'm kind of feeling low today. And it doesn't help that it's pouring outside, like literally torrential rain. Even yesterday, torrential rain. So yesterday I didn't go out for a walk. I did practice. This morning I practiced, but don't know if later today I'll have the opportunity to go for a walk. As much as I love to walk, I don't do it in the rain. I'll do it in the snow. I am Canadian. I've got my winter gear, as you all know. But the rain, not really my thing. Side note, I did see a woman this morning running in a top and shorts with her iPhone or her device in a Ziploc bag and just giving it at 7 o'clock this morning in the pouring rain. No poncho, no winter gear, rain gear, nothing to protect her, just her shirt, her spandex shorts, her shoes, and her device protected in a Ziploc bag, and boom, she was giving it. I was like, that is dedication. So that was cool. So basically, after I finish making lunch and after I finish my breakfast, I'm going to do a little bit of tidying up. I want to just refresh the towels and things like that. I change all that stuff out once a week, top up the soaps, etc. And then I'd like to study, but again, I'm going to keep it 100% honest with you guys. I am going to be doing some cannabis. So I don't know if I'll get to study or if it will be a Netflix day. Between the weather and my mood, I'm just not really here for it today. I did get a good amount of studying done yesterday though. I'm really happy about that because I got home at 12. I was basically studying till about 6 o'clock last night. So I feel good about what I accomplished yesterday. And perhaps the reason why I was able to be productive yesterday is because my spirit or the one source knew that today might be a write-off. Again, not saying definitively that I'm not going to study, just being honest and true to myself, and being transparent. So I think because my mind can be so cerebral at times and I'm very linear in the way that I think, like with me, it's 1 + 1 = 2, or things are pretty much black and white, which you may have heard me say before, can definitely get me into trouble. So the cannabis kind of helps to break that down in my mind so things aren't so rigid, and I can see sort of like a different perspective. I can see more grace, more opportunity, more chance. So, and I'm not prescribing it or anything like that necessarily as a holistic lifestyle coach, although there are many benefits to cannabis, especially when it's organic and full spectrum. The reason why I want to do it pretty soon, like I said, it's 9:30, is because I no longer use cannabis to go to sleep. I use it for leisure, and I use it also when my mind is, it feels like it's created a bit of a prison, and I can't see anything beyond what I'm currently seeing, and what I'm seeing I don't like. So to offer a different perspective and to kind of soften the edges, if you will, I'm going to take some now, and I need to take it early so that I don't rely on it for bedtime, because I've gone through the trouble of sleep training myself so that I fall asleep naturally, which is what we're all supposed to be able to do, right? We shouldn't be relying on substances. And if you are, I highly recommend that you speak to a holistic lifestyle coach, a a holistic practitioner, because your body is designed to do certain things, i.e. breathe, i.e. drink, i.e. sleep, defecate, reproduce, right? So if you're struggling with these things upstream, it's telling you that you are needing to address something. So won't be using the cannabis to sleep, but definitely going to use the cannabis today to break down this little prison in my mind so that I can see things from a different perspective. And sure, there are other ways of doing this as well. Of course, I'm not saying that cannabis is the only way, but I'm an ally of Mother Earth, and I do believe that these things were provided for us in the soil for certain things, like to remedy pain, but also emotional pain. Not that you shouldn't be working through your things, absolutely. But this could be a way to help you see things from a different perspective so that you can then do the work to get through it. Again, this is not a consultation. I'm not advising you either way. I'm merely just sharing what I'm doing and letting you know that, if you don't get a lot from me today, this is why. Okay? So I'm going to leave you to it for now. I'll check back in later, yeah? gosh. It's Sunday morning and I'm not supposed to be vlogging today because I'm uploading a video today, which is last week's vlog, which I wrapped up on Friday, but I'm about to meet up with some ladies for some brunch and I just had to show you how magnificent this is. Hi, London. This brings me back to when I used to work at Embankment and Bank District in London, England. Boop! I can't tell you how much this reminds me of London. The roads are a little bit different. They're more cobblestoney, but yeah, it just takes me back. Different time. Some of my best times. So we're supposed to meet here for brunch with the girls, but this place is really, really casual actually. Don't know that it will be as comfortable to sit here. So kind of wondering, since I'm the first one here, if maybe we should pivot and sit over at Tate. I'm gonna have a look and see if the Tate has space for us. It appears to be busy already, which is kind of surprising because it's literally 9 a.m. on a Sunday. And one of the reasons why I scheduled this brunch at 9 a.m. is so that we could be first in, first out. Look at this. Do you see this? There's no room here. They are already at capacity. When did everyone become early to bed, early to rise? Oh man. Let's see. Oh, this is madness. Things are moving mad. I don't know. Oh my God.
So now,
What if I were to grab this spot? If I grab this spot. Are we able to just seat ourselves?
First come, first serve, yeah.
Okay, thank you. I think I found 2 tables.